Real estate is one of the world's biggest businesses, but here's what makes it so powerful. Property can make money in several different ways. A developer can buy land, build on it, sell or rent the property, collect cash flow, and potentially watch its value rise over time. Then those profits can be reinvested into the next property. So how does this entire money-making machine actually work? Let's follow the money from land to profit. Every real estate business starts with land. But land isn't valuable simply because it exists. Its price depends heavily on location, access, nearby infrastructure, and what can legally be built there. A well-positioned piece of land can become dramatically more valuable as development grows around it. That's why choosing the right land is often the first major decision in real estate. Once developers find the right land, they have to buy it, and this can require millions of dollars before construction even begins. Some developers use their own capital, while others borrow from banks or bring in investors. The purchase price matters enormously, because buying land too expensive can reduce the profit of the entire project before the first building is even built. Owning land doesn't mean you can build anything you want on it. Zoning laws and development rights determine whether land can be used for houses, apartments, offices, shops, or industrial buildings. They can also limit building height, density, and size. A change in these rules can dramatically increase a property's development potential, and sometimes its value before construction even begins. Real estate projects can cost millions, so developers rarely finance everything with their own money. Instead, they combine their own capital with bank loans and money from investors. This is called leverage, using a smaller amount of your own money to control a much larger asset. It can dramatically increase returns, but it also increases risk when debt becomes too expensive. Once financing is secured, construction begins. Developers spend money on materials, workers, contractors, equipment, and engineering to transform empty land into valuable property. Every delay or cost overrun can reduce the project's profit. But when construction is managed efficiently, the finished building can be worth significantly more than the land and construction costs combined. A finished building isn't enough. Real estate also depends on the infrastructure surrounding it. Roads provide access, while electricity, water, drainage, parking, and public spaces make the property usable. Developers may spend heavily building these systems, but good infrastructure can attract more buyers and tenants, increase demand, and ultimately raise the value of the entire development. Building a great property doesn't guarantee buyers will come. Developers must create demand through advertising, property listings, showrooms, social media, and real estate agents. Strong marketing helps more people discover the project and understand its value. The faster developers attract qualified buyers, the faster they can turn completed properties into revenue. Some developers don't wait until construction is finished to start selling. Through pre-sales, buyers reserve properties while they're still being built, often by paying deposits and installments. This gives developers cash earlier in the project, helping fund construction and reducing the amount of outside financing they need. But it also creates an obligation. The developer must finish the project and deliver what buyers were promised. When a property is sold, the developer finally converts the finished building into revenue. The selling price must cover the cost of land, construction, financing, infrastructure, and marketing. Anything left after those expenses contributes to profit. The more efficiently a developer controls costs, and the higher the price buyers are willing to pay, the more profitable the project can become. Selling isn't the only way real estate makes money. Instead of selling a property, an owner can rent it to tenants and collect payments every month. That creates recurring cash flow while the owner keeps the property. If rental income stays above operating costs and debt payments, the building can generate profit month after month and still remain a valuable asset. Rental income doesn't arrive automatically. Properties need to be managed every day. Owners must find tenants, collect rent, handle repairs, maintain common areas, and keep occupancy high. All of this costs money, but efficient property management protects the building, keeps tenants satisfied, and helps turn rental income into reliable, long-term cash flow. Real estate isn't limited to homes and apartments. Commercial properties make money by renting space to businesses like offices, restaurants, and stores. These leases can be larger and last for years, creating predictable rental income. But the property's success depends heavily on location, tenant demand, and occupancy. because an empty commercial space generates little revenue while costs continue. Retail real estate has a simple business model: own the space where people shop. Stores and restaurants pay rent for access to customers, making foot traffic extremely valuable. A busy location can support higher rents and attract stronger tenants. But when customer traffic falls, retailers struggle, and landlords may face vacancies, lower rents, and a declining property income. Industrial real estate makes money in a different way. Warehouses, distribution centers, and logistics facilities are rented to companies that need space to store and move products. Location near highways, ports, and major cities can make these properties extremely valuable. And because businesses may invest heavily in their facilities, they often stay for years, creating stable rental income for property owners. Most real estate investors don't pay the full property price in cash. Instead, they use a mortgage, putting down part of the purchase price and borrowing the rest from a bank. This allows an investor to control a much larger asset with less of their own money. If the property generates income and rises in value, leverage can amplify returns, but the loan still has to be repaid. Because real estate relies heavily on borrowed money, interest rates can change the economics of an entire project. Lower rates make loans cheaper, reducing monthly payments and allowing investors to afford more property. Higher rates do the opposite, raising financing costs, reducing cash flow, and often pushing property prices down as buyers can afford less. Real estate can also make money without being sold or rented more aggressively. Over time, property values may rise as cities grow, populations increase, infrastructure improves, and demand for land becomes stronger. This increase is called appreciation. If an investor buys at the right price and holds long enough, the property itself can become significantly more valuable. Investors don't always have to wait for property values to rise naturally. They can create value themselves by renovating buildings, improving amenities, reducing vacancies, or increasing rental income. These improvements can make the property more profitable, and because income-producing real estate is often valued by the income it generates, higher earnings can lead to a higher property value. When a property's value rises, investors don't always have to sell to access that wealth. They may refinance the property with a new, larger loan, use it to repay the old mortgage, and potentially receive some of the remaining capital in cash. The investor still owns the property, but now carries more debt, making strong cash flow even more important. Every mortgage payment can gradually increase the owner's equity in a property. Equity is simply the property's value minus the debt still owed. As the loan balance falls, or the property's value rises, the owner's share becomes larger. Over many years, this can turn a relatively small initial investment into substantial real estate wealth. Real estate can generate wealth, but property owners also face taxes. Depending on the property and location, they may pay property taxes every year, and taxes on rental income or profits when a property is sold. These costs reduce the money an investor actually keeps, which is why successful investors calculate taxes before deciding whether a deal is truly profitable. Buildings don't stay profitable without maintenance. Roofs leak, plumbing breaks, appliances fail, and major systems eventually need replacing. These costs can suddenly consume months of rental profit. Smart property owners budget for repairs before problems happen because protecting the building also protects the income and long-term value it produces. One of the biggest risks in rental real estate is vacancy. When a tenant leaves, the rent stops. But the property's expenses don't. Mortgage payments, taxes, insurance, and maintenance can continue every month. The longer a unit stays empty, the more cash flow disappears, which is why keeping properties occupied is critical to making real estate profitable. A property can produce income for years, but one unexpected disaster can cause enormous losses. Fires, storms, water damage, and accidents can leave owners with expensive repairs or liability claims. That's why property owners use insurance to transfer some of these risks. Insurance adds another ongoing cost, but it can protect millions of dollars in real estate from a single catastrophic event. In real estate, location can be just as important as the building itself. Two identical properties can have completely different values depending on what's around them. Access to jobs, transportation, schools, shopping, and growing neighborhoods can increase demand. When more people want to live or do business in one area, rents and property values can rise. Real estate prices ultimately depend on supply and demand. When many people want homes but few properties are available, buyers compete, pushing rents and prices higher. But when developers build too much, supply can exceed demand. Vacancies rise, landlords compete for tenants, and rents may fall, making local supply one of the most important forces in real estate. Real estate doesn't move upward forever. Property markets follow economic cycles. During strong economies, jobs grow, incomes rise, businesses expand, and demand for property can increase. But during recessions, unemployment can rise, and demand may weaken. Rents, occupancy, and property values can fall, turning market timing into another major risk for investors. For many investors, the real power of real estate appears when they begin to scale. Cash flow, accumulated equity, and refinancing can provide capital for the next purchase. That second property can generate more income and equity, helping finance a third. Repeated carefully, this cycle can turn one investment property into an entire real estate portfolio. As a real estate portfolio grows, managing it becomes a business of its own. Someone must collect rent, find tenants, handle repairs, pay expenses, and solve problems across every property. Investors can manage everything themselves or hire professional property managers, but either way, good management is what keeps properties occupied, expenses controlled, and cash flow moving. But investors don't always need to buy an entire property themselves. Real estate investment trusts, or REITs, pool money from many investors to own income-producing real estate. The properties generate